So yeah, my name's Noah Thomas. I grew up in a small town of Corunna on the outskirts of Sarnia, Ontario. In my younger years, I grew up in a Catholic household. It was more about rules than it was actually having a relationship with Jesus. When I was only 5, my younger sister Samantha passed away from cancer. And during her treatments, I had given her some of my bone marrow. And because that didn't work, I had blamed myself for her death, which caused my depression at a young age. As I got older, went into high school, I started learning more about New Age spirituality, and at that time I renounced my Catholic faith. And then in grade 9, I entered a godless relationship, which caused me a lot of trauma. She ended up cheating on me with my best friend, which became fuel for the rest of my high school career, where I tried to numb it with alcohol, weed, using women. The depression had gotten so bad over my high school years that I tried to end my life on 4 different occasions. But by the grace of God, I did survive high school and entered into college. In college, I was introduced to personal development, which then I discovered Jordan Peterson. And JP helped me change my worldview from meaningless to meaningful. I probably listened to over 300 hours of his content over that time, and he always would put in biblical truths throughout his lectures, so it just planted seeds for those years. And then in the lockdowns, he started posting a lot more Christian content, like with people like Bishop Barron. And at that time, I was like, if Jordan Peterson is looking at Christianity as the truth, he's much smarter than I am. So I figured I may as well give it an open-minded look. So then at this time, I started doing a lot more reading and studying. I watched Jordan's 36-hour Genesis series, which was amazing. I watched a lot of the Bible Project, which helped me actually understand the Bible. And at this time, I started to see that Jesus really was the truth, the way, and the life that he says he is in John 14:6. At this time, I just had a lot of head knowledge. I didn't have much heart knowledge, but luckily it says in John that blessed are those who believe and not yet seen. And the blessings did start to come at this time in my life. The first big blessing was being introduced to New Hope Church. This is where I started to learn what it actually meant to surrender my life to Christ. So Mary Ann actually introduced me, as well as Chris. Within a 2-week period, I had 2 people say I should check out New Hope. And I was like, well, if 2 people said I should, check out a church, I should probably check out a church. And then the first service that actually came, Mary Ann was sitting right behind me. So it was like, that's a pretty clear indicator that this is where I'm supposed to be. And then joined the life group, met Marcus, and then the rest is history kind of thing. Another big blessing was my mom actually started coming to church again with me after 8 years of not going. And at this time, I also started structuring my life around my favorite Bible verse, Matthew 6:3, where it says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." And he did just keep adding things to my life as I just kept focusing on him as my number one. I ended up coming across an online ministry school that I'm working my way through. I've been given opportunities to become a leader here at the church. And I actually have found my future wife here at the church after praying to find her for 6 months every single day. Now that Jesus is the Lord of my life, I have peace in my heart where the depression used to be. Life is just genuinely brighter now, and I've finally been able to forgive myself for the life that I lived in the darkness. And I am just so thankful that we have such a loving and forgiving God that he was there to welcome me back with open arms. And I want to be baptized now as an adult because I want to declare my faith in front of my church community and have an outward commitment of accepting Jesus as the Lord of my life for the rest of my life. My name is Noah Thomas, and I'm so excited for Jesus to be the Lord of my life.